Particle effects can add a seriously professional touch to your game, and with Buildbox, it's easy to use. First, open up a game world, and then drag the particle effect into the scene editor. When you click on the particle effect to select it, you'll see its options in the option bar on the right. Choose the Edit Emitters to edit the particle. Emitters are small PNG files that make up a piece of your particle. You'll notice one is already added to your particle, and when you select Emitter in the left-hand column, you'll be able to edit the properties. Now you can change many aspects of the emitter, including how many particles it will release, how fast they release, their size, and more. Let's quickly discuss each option. First, we have the standard position, rotation, and scale transform options. Then we have the texture option. This is the actual image. You can see that when I drop in a new image here, it changes the particle completely. Total particles shows how many particles are on the screen at once. The emission rate is how fast particles are spawned. The blend additive option creates a subtle blending effect that works great for some cases. Let's try it out. It looks like with this particle it's too subtle unless we layered it with more emitters. For now, we'll turn it back off. The start size is the starting size of the particle. The field to the right is a variable rate. If we put in the number 25 here, it will now be a start size of 25 to 75. The end size determines how big the particle will be when it dies out. Let's change the end size to 10 with a variable rate of 10. Now the particles will start out larger and be smaller at the end of their cycle. The start spin and end spin can change how the particles spin when spawned and complete. Let's put a variable rate of 50 on each one. Gravity will change the gravity of the particles for X and Y. Let's choose -35 for Y, and we'll see particles start to fall. Scrolling down, the radial acceleration is the first of two different speed options. Let's change this to a variable rate of 50. Let's keep the speed at its current settings, but change the angle. We'll add a variable rate of 30 for the angle. Now our particle is shooting elements more to the left and the right. Life is simply how long the particle will live. Let's keep this at its current setting of 3 seconds with a variable rate of 0.25. Color can make some pretty neat changes as well. Let's click the right black color to bring up the color wheel. Now let's choose a bright red and hit OK. As you can see, the color starts at its initial light blue and then slowly turns red during its life cycle. Color variation will cycle through multiple colors during the particle life. Color variation will allow you to cycle through multiple colors during the particle's life. And finally, the position type dropdown will change how the particle moves inside of your game. You can also add multiple emitters to get some really cool effects. To do this, click the plus button in the bottom left of the particle window. You'll have a new emitter pop up in the left-hand bar. Click the top emitter to make sure that the newest emitter is selected, and then drop another particle texture into the texture window. Now let's try the blend additive effect again to see how it looks. Not bad. And we could continue this process and layer as many different particles as we wish. Once the particle is made, we can simply have it stationary in our game or attach it to a character or object with connections. Don't forget, you can also add particles for various animations of your character. For example, you could have a particle fire only when the character is defeated or jumps. That's the particle generator inside of Buildbox. Thanks for watching.